Hey folks, Jim and Leila here for, well, we don't have a theme this month, so
No.
Welcome to Geeking Out, episode 170!
Woo!
God, we're so old, aren't we?
I know, we've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, we should quit.
No, then what? It's not like we would stop reading comics. But,
No.
But talking about them's half the fun.
Yes, because we like and we hate them so much.
That's true.
And we get so much feedback from people that it's sometimes hilarious what their idiotic feedback is.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but some of your feedback is stupid.
Like when people comment about my boobs. Come on.
And my hairband. It keeps my hair back! Are you that stupid? Anyway, let's get to the reviews. Leila, you start off since you have more books this week.
Yes, okay, so since we were a little tied up with DC and then our independent month, I have gone back a little bit for you people who are Marvel fans who may or may not know that something big has happened in the X-Men. So 3 X-Men books.
They're rebooting it again?
Kind of, sort of.
Oh, God.
Kind of, sort of. Not a reboot per se, but this is interesting. Anyway, okay, so the first part of your essential knowledge of the X-Men starts with X-Men Regenesis one-shot by Kieran Gillen and Billy Tan. So in this one, after the Sentinel attack on Utopia, the X-Men are divided. Wolverine disagrees with Scott about how he sent children into battle, basically, and wants to reopen the school, like Xavier's school, at Westchester, a place where young mutants can be students, not soldiers. I mean, but they'd still be fighting, so this is a very small distinction there. But anyways, at the end of all the maneuvering, everyone is split up into 2 teams, which is going to be form the basis for 2 X-Men books that are starting up. Wolverine and the X-Men, yes, and Uncanny X-Men. So I'll talk more about the teams afterwards, but basically this is just a big setup for all those titles. But Guillen did interject a lot of humor into this book where, it was tense. A lot of the time there's lots of big stuff happening. People have a lot of feelings one way or the other. So I thought it was really well done, and Billy Tan is a great artist, so no problems there.
And check out this ad on the back. A book by Joe Madureira. It'll never see the light of day.
It's coming. Oh, it's coming because it's Spider-Man. They can't back out on that. But anyways, we'll be reviewing that, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Look forward to that one.
Next up, we have Rachel Rising, number 2, written and drawn by Terry Moore. And in this one, Rachel Beck was murdered yesterday and now begins a search for her killer, but finds things are not always what they seem, and the mystery deepens when another Rachel shows up.
Ooh.
As you know, I really enjoyed the first one, so I'm going to keep up reviewing each issue as they come along. This one's a couple weeks old, but I only got it this week for some odd reason. So number 2, number 3 will be reviewed next week, but damn, this book is fantastic. Just Terry Moore's storytelling ability is amazing. Amazingly top-notch, yes. If you want to get into a really good, deep, dark story, check this book out. You will not regret it. It is probably one of the best books, best written books on the shelf today.
Alright, so out this week is Uncanny X-Men number 1. So this is the Utopia Scott Summers or Cyclops team. So for those of you out there who don't know, this team is basically Colossus, Namor, Storm, Emma Frost, Magneto, Psylocke, Hope Summers, Dazzler, Domino, Warpath, Dr. Nemesis, Cypher, Madison Jeffries, Magic, Magma, Sunspot, X-Man, Danny Moonstar, and there's more. Basically, most of the mutants ended up in this book. Okay, so on to the story, which is brought to life by Kieran Gillen and Carlos Pacheco. So in this one, the dreaming Celestial is awakened by Mr. Sinister, of all people, and Scott's new team is put to the test right away. Scott issues a statement to the world about his intentions, letting humankind know exactly where mutant kind stands.
We're mutants. We're going to effing kill you.
Well, basically it was more like, we're here to protect you, but if you mess with us, these are the people who are going to mess back to you. Kind of like that. So anyway, I like this a lot. It's good art. It had a lot of surprising moments, and there's tons of action. From beginning to end, there is lots of stuff going on that they packed into this book. And since there's many more mutants in it than the other book, which I'm going to review next, they seem to have a lot more places for the writers to go, a lot more things for them to look into. Hopefully it doesn't mean that certain people just get lost in the shuffle a bit. But so far, it seems pretty good. You might ask, was a restart of Uncanny X-Men entirely necessary?
No!
Probably not, but it seems to make sense in that if you're going to schism the team and, fracture them up...
That's terrible!
Yeah, I know. You have a new place to start. If you're going to start a Wolverine team, then you really need to start from the ground with a Scott Summers team. So, they did that for good or bad, indifferent. It's still Uncanny X-Men, and it was still really good.
Next up, we have Legend of Oz, The Wicked West, written by Tom Hutchison with art by Alison Borges. And in this one, Dorothy has been in Oz for 3 years and has not yet found the Emerald City. The yellow brick road is gone, and Oz is a seemingly never-ending desert plain. Can Dorothy defeat the witch and make her way home?
Wow.
It's actually a lot of fun. This is another book from Big Dog Inc., the guys who did Critter and Penny for Your Soul, which both were fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Does it have the same consistency? The art is excellent.
Yes, exactly. As always, the art is fantastic. The story is a little slow to get off, but it's fantastic once you reach the climax at the end. And I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what happens in this series, because it is well drawn, well written. It's probably one of the best versions of Oz that I've seen in a long time, and
that's saying a lot.
Quite frankly, it's a really interesting idea.
That's good.
To mix Oz with a Western.
Yeah, I wouldn't have necessarily thought of that, but I guess, yeah.
Why have a dog named Toto when you can have a horse named Toto?
Ah, I see.
So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. If you're a Wizard of Oz fan and a bit older, check this one out. You're going to probably really enjoy it.
Okay, so next up we've got from last week, this is Wolverine and the X-Men #1. So this is the team that's back at Westchester at the school that Wolverine is building, and the basic big members are Gambit.
At least he can cut the concrete himself.
Yeah, yes, I guess so. So the members are Gambit, Iceman, Kitty Pryde, Beast, Rachel Gray, Toad, Cannonball, Chamber, Husk, Dusk, Rogue, Karma, Frenzy, and then there's the students. Okay, so this is brought to life by Jason Aaron and Chris Bachalo. Okay.
Jason Aaron.
No. I thought this was good, actually. Okay, so Logan and Kitty welcomed the New York State Department of Education inspectors to look at the new school, which has been named the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning. So Xavier is taking a step back and letting Logan and Kitty do their thing and trying to start up this new school, much in the vein of Xavier's school. But he's, not trying to help at all. He's saying it's Logan's time to take care of things. And I know what you're saying as an X-Men fan. What? Logan's running a school?
I would think that Kitty would be more qualified for that.
Yeah, she's did a pretty good job, and and Beast is along for the ride to keep things sort of even.
He'd be a
right?
good teacher at least.
Exactly. So there's a lot of people here who are good teachers. So the students are still kind of restless, though, after everything that's happened and trying to get settled into a routine. And the presence of an open dimensional gateway certainly isn't helping them settle in.
Damn, those open dimensional gateways.
Yes. So Hank receives a visit from the Shi'ar Empire while trying to pull together the school building, and Logan is visited by the new Black King of the Hellfire Club, who reveals news even more shocking than his appearance. Okay. So overall, I loved this book. Wolverine as headmaster, it did make me laugh out loud.
Does sound hilarious.
It is pretty good. The revelation of how the Hellfire Club could be pivotal in everything that's happened up to this point was really cool. The only thing that's kind of a downside for me is the art. It's not something that I prefer. It's still accomplished and fairly well done. It's just not my favorite kind of style, and some of the characters I don't enjoy how they've been drawn. But other than that, the story I thought was actually really top notch, and was right up there with how strong Uncanny was. So I'm not sure what team you want to cheer for, the yellow or the blue, but I enjoyed them both.
Next up, we have Nightingale, #1, written by Wayne Gardner with art by Maria Cristina Francisco. And in this one, Eloa is a teenage princess on the world of Aeonis. who has mysterious healing powers and uses her newfound powers as Nightingale to help the three tribes to prevent an invasion of Aonis. Interesting first issue. Really nice art. There's some major problems, though, with the grammar and spelling.
Oh, no.
Which is never good when you're...
That's kind of shock from Arden.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked too, but when I came across a few mistakes, I'm like, that really takes me out of the story when I see that kind of thing. I'm not judging it on that. I'm trying not to, at least. But really nice story, really nice art. It's pretty much safe for a family.
Okay.
It's all ages, basically. So, yeah, if you want to try something different, try it out. I quite enjoyed it. Hopefully when they do a trade paperback of this, they'll fix up the spelling and grammatical errors. But for a first issue, it was not half bad. I quite enjoyed it. And if your kid's probably around 8 or 9, 10, 11, somewhere in there, they're probably going to enjoy it too. It's really probably good for a young female audience.
Oh, that's nice, because there's not a lot of that stuff out there.
And I recommend it for that type of audience. For me, I enjoyed it as it was. It's a good little adventure book and really nice characters that you actually do care about, and you get to learn a bit of their backstories as the story goes along. So it's a nice first go. So check it out if you get a chance. It was enjoyable.
And next up, we've got Dark Shadows #1. This is by Stuart Manning and Aaron Campbell. Okay, so this is from Dynamite, and I'm sure that some of you are going to be familiar with the Dark Shadows Fair. I will go out there and say that I do not know a lot about the source material, so going in totally blank, this is my review for it. This is by Stuart Manning and Aaron Campbell. So Barnabas Collins is cursed by a witch to live for eternity as a vampire. While Dr. Julia Hoffman attempts to find the cure, once again, Barnabas fights against the thirst and fears the supernatural forces that curse his family. Julia, however, soon finds herself in the thrall of a sinister force. What will this mean for the cure for Barnabas and the rest of his family? So, I enjoyed the story. I'm, not a fan of the art by any means. It's just...
Yeah, it's pretty lackluster.
It's pretty lackluster. It didn't really do anything for the story. But I do think that fans of the Dark Shadow series are going to be happy with this. It seems to pick up previous continuities by mentioning a cure again. And it seems to stick in line with, from what I've read, of what the characters are like. So, if you're a Dark Shadows fan, you're probably going to like this and pick it up. Don't let the art deter you. I think that the story was really worth the ride.
And last and certainly not least for me is Peanuts #0, written by Charles and drawn by Charles Schultz, Ron Zorman, and Vicky Scott. In this one, which features all new stories and classic Peanuts strips, as well as a preview of the new graphic novel Happiness is a Warm Blanket, Charlie Brown. If you're a Peanuts fan, you're going to probably really enjoy this. It's got some really nice classic Schultz Peanuts in there, as well as a couple new stories. I liked the Woodstock's new nest story. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's poor little Woodstock just trying to find a nest. Mm-hmm. Snoopy locks him in a mailbox, and he's like, "Oh." Yeah, it was cute. Perfect for all ages. If you're a Peanuts fan, you're gonna really enjoy it. I get that they're trying to really emulate Schultz's style, but
probably a smart move, I think.
Exactly, very, very smart move. But you can honestly tell the difference. It's
not the same. Yeah.
It's not the same. Not that it's a bad thing, because you can't have Schultz drawing anymore anyway. No. But it's not a bad substitute, and the storytelling is pretty good here. If you're a fan of Peanuts or Charlie Brown or whatever, you're going to enjoy this. It's a lot of fun and perfect for all ages. Check it out. You're going to enjoy it.
Okay, next up, we've got Incredible Hulk #1. Now, if you don't recognize this cover, it's because it's one of the variant covers, so don't let that throw you off. This is by Jason Aaron and Mark Silvestri. So in this one, the Hulk has been separated from Bruce Banner. How is the question? And they don't answer it here, folks, so don't get too excited. That's going to take a while into the series to get to that one. But anyway, the Hulk has retreated into the depths of the Earth to try and find a new life, one where he can be himself.
I wonder if he found out the center of the Earth is made of peanut butter.
No, but there's other stuff there, so that's the interesting part.
Damn you, mole man.
Yes, very similar to that. Anyways, so he's trying to live in peace and happiness being Hulk. But he soon finds himself overshadowed by his creator once more when he's recruited by Amanda Von Doom, apparently no relation to Doctor Doom, to try and get Bruce Banner under control. Why? Well, because Bruce has gone all Isle of Dr. Moreau trying to recreate the subject of his obsession.
Oh, joy!
Yes.
That'll turn out great.
Yeah. So, what can I say? I love this. I'm looking forward to the exploration of Hulk separated from Bruce, but also how their time together really fused them in a way.
Didn't they try that before?
I don't know if they really tried that before. But
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay, anyways. So, this is a business here. We still work.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, I really liked it. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the two entities still inform the other. And they're not completely separated. They still have a bit of each other in each other, if that makes any sense. And while I really like Silvestri, I'm not sure if I like him drawing the Hulk, which I'm sure a lot of you are going to flame me for. But I did think
Actually, I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm not fond of Silvestri's style with this particular product.
Okay, so I'm not the only
character. So,
so I'm not the only one. His Bruce Banner, his mad scientist Bruce Banner, though, is awesome. That part looks really great.
Agreed.
But I'm not sure if I really like the Hulk part. So, there you have it. But Incredible Hulk fans, you're not going to be disappointed by this one. It was pretty awesome. And last but not least, just in case you didn't know, in comic book stores this week, there is a free preview flip book from Marvel that features Avengers X Sanctioned by Loeb and McGuinness and Defenders by Fraction and Dodson. And this is supposed to preview two of their major titles that are coming up. In Avengers X Sanction, Cable returns. Yeah, Cable. He's not dead.
Of course not.
And has only...
Why keep a character dead?
Yeah, I know. And has only 24 hours to accomplish his mission. What is that? To kill the Avengers! That's right. So that...
Good luck!
That could be interesting, right? And then in the Defenders, by Fraction and Dodson, a new team, a new mission, and a new mandate. They're all united by a shocking discovery that will apparently rock the Marvel Universe and force them to become humanity's last line of defense. And this apparently picks up from the events of Fear Itself number 7, because there's not so much a preview of actual pages from the Defenders number 1 in here, as there are pages from Fear Itself number 7, and then there's interviews with the creators about what might happen in Defenders. So it's still a little quiet about what Defenders might actually be, but hey, Silver Surfer's in it, so I'm at least going to give it a try.
And we will see you for another exciting episode next week. Hopefully free of interruption.
Who can guarantee that, really?
Not me.
See you next week.
Stop calling the store.
No, don't stop calling the store.
We'll see you next week.